Hello, gang. It's Saturday, the 21st of May 2016, and I've actually already done. I've I've already done 15 minutes of this show. Okay, only to look at my recording device and realise I hadn't hit the record button. So, so here it is. All I've just sat here for 15 minutes talking to myself in this room. Oh, God. Awful. Now, if you are watching me or watching one of these programs for the first time, or you haven't seen me for ages and ages, and I've posted this on your wall, it's probably your birthday today. And I might just sing at some point, boys and girls. I might just sing to you at some point a little happy birthday for you. So do not go away. Greetings, Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk, almost daily little 20 minutes of chat. It's only 20 minutes long. It's all right, dear. Don't worry, you're not going to have to sit there for an hour, maximum of 20 minutes on these little daily shows, okay? A great karaoke last night, I have to say, and we needed a busy one because everything is so quiet at the moment, I've noticed. Got to be the time of year, except last night it really pulled up, and all our karaoke regulars there, we had Mr. Ray Reynolds, who was there. We had Roy. Who else we have? Martin was there last night, and it was all very, very nice. So thank you all for coming along last night. Very busy night, and karaoke is at Central Station every Friday night from 8:30 in the evening, and every Monday night from 8 o'clock. That's with the cheap drinks as well. So pleased it was busy last night. The Facebook Live problem, that seems to have sorted itself out. We were getting cut off randomly, sometimes after a few minutes, sometimes after an hour or so, and whatever. What seems to happen last night, we did our usual karaoke streaming. All right, what I do now is stream. We video all the karaoke nights, and they go out live on Facebook One Colour. Facebook One Colour, boys and girls, and people watch them and enjoy them. And last night it was cutting off always just after an hour. Now I can live with that, because if it's an hour, then you know when it's going to cut off, and you can be prepared for part 2 and part 3. When it gets cut off randomly, you don't know where you are. So I guess it must have been something to do with Facebook, maybe what's that word? Algorithms, or something like that. I've never understood, what are algorithms? Anyone know? If someone could explain to me what algorithms. It sounds like some sort of position, doesn't it? You know, some sort of position. Algorithms. What are algorithms? And I often see this name mentioned. Yes, the algorithms are picking out the music tonight. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Why do they use these words? So good news on the old Facebook Live thing there. I see that the old FA Cup final is on tonight, isn't it? Or on this afternoon. Oh, how boring is it? I mean, I don't even know who is playing. I have no idea and no interest in football whatsoever. But it's a good news for those of you ladies who can't stand alpha males. I can't bear alpha males. They're the ones that walk around and they know everything. Do you know what I mean? They know it. Yeah. Just do as I say and that's it. Who do you think you are? We will not do as we say. You mind your own business. I can't bear alpha males. So they'll all be sitting there watching the telly and screaming at the television in the pub, thinking that the referee can actually hear them on the other side of that screen. No, they can't. God. Yeah, who's playing tonight? Let's just pick a random name. Yeah, come on, Bracknell Football Club. I don't suppose they'll ever get anywhere. Come on, Bracknell. Come on, Bracknell. I don't think that's going to happen. And they're screaming at the telly. And then at half time, they all rush to the bar, get themselves another Coca-Cola, and then sit back down, intently waiting for part 2. Oh, it's so boring, football. And how much do those players get? God's sake, millions and millions of pounds to play a football match. Shocking. Anyway, enjoy that this afternoon if you're watching it. Of course, the good news is all the shops will be empty. That is good news. You'll be able to move around the roads for that 3 hours, even in London possibly. You may even be able to move around in London tomorrow. So that's that's very good as well. Nice to see my mate Rodney last night. Rodney I've known for about 10 years now. He used to come to Hammersmith, Belushi's. That's where I met him first. And we get on very well. And he comes along to some of the gay pubs I know that I work at. And all the gays try and get off of him because he is gorgeous. He's very, very good looking, but not an ounce of him is gay. Not an ounce of him. And they're all trying to get off of him. And I often give him a lift back. And they're like that. Last night, and he speaks a bit like that, doesn't he, mate? You all right? How's it go like that? All right. That's how he speaks. And he says, right, I'm going now. I'll see you, everyone. Bye, never. And there's two of them running off after him out the door, only to see me open the door to the car. Right, and they've already seen me on the stage doing my karaoke. And their mouths drop open. Oh, you're going back with him? Yeah, it's my mate. He's giving me a lift home. All right. And you and I close the door in the car, and we do have a good laugh about that on the way home. So I dropped Rodney home. Nice to see you, Rodney. No Ugly Dave last night. Where was Ugly Dave last night? We need him to be on our television programme. We do. God's sake. Itchy ear. Now, this ear has now stopped itching, but it started in this ear. So I've started using my special ear spray, in the other ear now to see what's causing this. Oh, God. I get itchy ears. Now, I remember years ago I had swimmer's ear. I think it was Wendy who reminded me about this. And it's a condition you get if you do a lot of swimming and so your ears don't dry out properly. And I don't think they get infection, but they get a bit inflamed. So I reckon it's swimmer's ear that I'm getting first, because it was first that side and now it's that side. So I've stopped the spraying on this side and I've started on this side. It's horrible. Oh, it's horrible. And you know what makes it worse? When people shout in your ear. And of course, when you're doing the job that I do, people have to shout in your ear. Otherwise, you can't hear them. It's just noise, and shout, screaming in your ear. Oh, although I had some people on Thursday night in the place in Clapham, really rude, drunk people all girls. Sorry, ladies, all girls. Yeah, youngish. Well, I say youngish. There was a couple of old birds there. When I say old, not my age, sort of about 30, I suppose. And they were just loud and rude. When you going to put my record on? I'm not. Go away. I will tell you if you annoy me. I don't just sit there and take it anymore because people are rude. We've had this discussion so many times about rude people. There was one last night. There was one bloke last night who someone was singing. I'm not going to say who it was, just in case you're watching. You're watching and you know him. But someone was singing last night, and this towards the end of the night, this bloke came up, walked like so. If I'm the singer, right, and if the singer is here, I'm standing there, sort of away from him, and the stairs are there. This bloke's come up the stairs, walk straight in front of him towards me. Give me the microphone. I said, I beg your pardon? He said, I'm going to do a duet with him. I said, no, you're not. This is his song. Oh, no, he said I could do a duet with him. I said, Martin, did you ask him to? This is while he's singing. This is while the other bloke's singing. I said, could you leave the stage, please? No, he's going to I'm doing a duet with him. I said, so I said to Martin, I said, did you say you're doing a duet? He said, no. I said, would you leave the stage, please? Honestly. And he wouldn't go, and I'm sort of gently trying to push him. Gently trying to push him off the stage. And he walked slowly. And then he came round to the front and said, thank you very much for ruining my night. What planet are these people on? Don't be so bloody rude to come up while someone else is singing and try and grab another microphone. That is the height of rudeness. He's not the only one to do it, to be fair. I get other people, they just think they can jump on the stage when someone else is singing. If you were at the O2 and Barry Manilow was playing, you'd be chucked out of the venue. So please, have a little bit of respect, because you had no respect last night for people that come on, there's someone on the stage already singing. Respect that. If you want to sing, fine, come and let me know. I'll put you on. But don't come on and take the mic from someone else, or take another mic and think you can just waltz in and join in at random. That's just rude. That's very, very rude. And what surprises me is that when you tell people this, not last night, but I've had this before. You tell people that, and then they say to you, "Why are you so rude?" Oh, they're just on another bloody planet. They do annoy me, these people. Birthdays are coming up. Don't worry. If you're still sitting there waiting for your birthday, then that will be coming up very, very shortly. Now, there's been... where's that picture? Gotta show you this picture. Oh, it's hideous. Hideous. 1 minute. I can't find my bit of paper now. Oh, God. Where's that gone there? Oh, I had it here. Is that it there? I had it here. There's been some absolutely horrific pictures in the... Oh, there is. There's been some horrific pictures recently of celebrities in a couple of newspapers this week. Have you seen them? First of all, we had Anne Robinson. Anne Robinson. I think that was on Thursday. You remember her? You are the weakest link. Goodbye. No, I haven't gone yet. I'm just doing the weakest link there. And that was just awful. First thing in the morning, big puffy face. And then later on at night, they did another photo and she looked like Anne Robinson. So is that the difference makeup makes? If so, maybe I should have some on. I have no makeup. No, I don't do makeup. Thank you. If you meet me away from this little program, if you ever meet me, then I look exactly the same as I do now. There's no work being done. Look, let me come closer and I will show you my lines now. This is only between you and me, okay? Only between you and me. Do not tell anyone else. Look. Can you see? Look. How's that? Look. Those lines will be quite obvious to you if you come up and speak to me in a pub or something like that. Maybe that's why I don't pull anymore. They don't like the lines. You could, if you were bored and you took me home in the morning, you could take a pen while I'm still asleep and join up the lines, couldn't you? The hours of entertainment. You can't do that with anyone young. You take home some youngster, and you don't know no lines. How boring is that? You just wake up and there's a blank sheet in front of you, like a piece of white paper. Nothing to do. Take me home. You wake up first, get a nice felt pen and join up the lines. Hours and hours of fun, provided by your very own Chris Reardon. Anyway, this morning in the Daily Mail, there's pictures of Richard Madley and Judy Finnegan. Now, of course, they used to do that programme in the UK. Oh, what's it called? This Morning. Yeah, This Morning. I think 1990s. And they were on there for years. And it was a very successful programme. But I don't know. There's some pictures of them in there this morning. Oh, they look dreadful. Dreadful. Number one, they're not smiling. Now, old people, I mean, they're not even that much. He's not much older than me. He's only 7 years older than me, but God's sake, he looks old. She looks even worse. And they look as miserable as sin. The camera bloke must have been waiting for them to have a row or something. They look as miserable as sin. And there's a close-up picture of her. I don't know. You know, it's that look. You know when you've seen people on the telly have facial surgery, right? Now, the thing is with that facial... I'm not an expert, a doctor or anything like that. But the thing is with that facial surgery, once you've had it, I think you have to keep having it. Otherwise, it all drops. And that looks like underneath the eyes are very, very baggy. And I wonder if she's had that facial surgery stuff. That's the only thing. And I've said this before, you're better off not to have it. Because if you have it and, then you have to have it again. And then if you stop having it, you look a lot worse than you would have done if you've never had it in the first place. Now, look at Vera Lynn. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. She don't look bad, does she? And is she 100 yet? 100 years old. Will I get to that? I hope so, because I intend to continue talking for all of those 100 years. So that's Judy. Have a look in the Daily Mail today. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Type in Daily Mail, Richard Madley and Judy Finnegan. You should see the pictures there. And then there are those people who are of an age, like me, but still think they can dress young. In Sunday's Sunday People from last week, picture of Mel B. I mean, I'm sorry, she's 40 years old. Look, God's sake, what has she got on? Come on. Has she got any children yet? She must have children. You know, if her children saw her like that. Mum, why are you dressing like that? Oh, please, come on. Hey, Wendy, would you wear that sort of stuff? Wendy is one of our regular viewers. Hello, Wendy. God, so please don't turn up to a Manilow concert, girls, dressed like that. Come on, be honest, we're all of an age and we should all know how to dress, and it shouldn't be like that. That's in the Sunday People this week. Christ almighty, what do they look like? Now, shall we do the birthdays now? I don't want to keep the birthday people hanging on too long. Okie doke. Just before that, we are set to have a really good summer, according to several of, not just one person, but several of the papers over the last couple of days. In the Daily Mirror this morning, in just 10 days, excuse me, forecasters expect an onslaught of heat waves. It's a heat wave. It's a heat wave to hit, paving the way for a record-breaking summer of sweltering sunshine. Yes, boys and girls, my Speedos... Oh, hang on. Oh, it's frozen, dear. Is it oh, no. Just a minute. Oh, why is it... I keep having a picture... Why is... I think maybe there's a problem with... Oh, God, what have I done now? I've lost it. Now I've lost the page. No... Come on. Oh, don't say they've turned the blooming internet off again. Hang on. Heat. Shall I just type in heat wave? Let's heat wave. Heat wave. Here we are. Oh, Daily Express. That'll do it. Daily Express. My good friend Nathan Rayo, who it's got to be him. Yes, it is. I knew it. Hello, Nathan. Hope you're well. I'm watching my little show still. I know you don't watch all of them, only when your name is mentioned, isn't it? Yes. Thermometers will start to rocket, boys and girls, from next Tuesday and keep rising throughout the second half of May, hitting 30 degrees within a fortnight. And forecasters say it will set the scene for the hottest summer in decades. Decades, dear. With Britain sweltering in heat wave after heat wave through June and July. Yes, now is the time to install your air conditioning, boys and girls. Get yourselves down to B&Q. Get one of those mobile air conditioning units. I've had one for about 15 years in my bedroom. It's fantastic. I've got a proper one in here, right? But the one in the bedroom was one of those mobile ones. They're fantastic. Oh, it's so nice, on a really, really hot day to switch it on about half hour and then go in the bedroom and have a couple of hours sleep in the afternoon. That is something else. Extreme heat surges, says Nathan, will push up the continent, sending this month into record books with temperatures expected to stay well above average. So the heat is on, boys and girls. No need to go to any other foreign parts, boys and girls, for your holidays. Stay in the UK. Stay in the UK and get caravan holidays like I do. The only thing is, I bet it's hot in a caravan. I never thought of that. I'll have to take my portable air conditioner or take a fan. Take a fan. By the way, if you ever have a fan in your bedroom, do not point it on you while you're asleep, because you will wake up, you won't be able to move your shoulder or neck. Oh, it's terrible. Frozen shoulder or neck. Not nice. Let's do these birthdays today then, boys and girls. First of all, we got quite a few today. Now, I was thinking, because usually I go through the birthday list, which I get off Facebook, okay, and I pick out the ones that I think watch the show, or at least of contribute. I mean, for example, if I saw Wendy come up there straight away, yep, that's a contributor to the show, or I know she watches for a fact. But other people, you see these names, and some of them I've got to admit, I think, oh, who the hell are they? I don't know who they are. Maybe I should just do them anyway to try and bring them into the fold. What do you reckon? I think we will. We're going to start doing that today. We'll do all the birthdays that come up on Facebook. So first of all, happy birthdays to John Moore, who is a drag queen extraordinaire. I met John, years ago in the Black Cap, actually. And he used to come in. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? God's sake. What have I... Oh, there it is, a pen. Just a minute. Oh, God. There we are. I met John. He came in a black cap as a young boy, as a customer, when I was doing my DJing in there. And I think his particular favourite thing that I used to do was the 70s and 80s oldies and trash night that we used to do from the early 80s right through to the late 90s, oldies and trash night. And at the end of the night, I always used to finish with the Weather Girls, It's Raining Men. And John would come onto the stage and get some bits of paper, tear them in bits. And when he goes, "It's raining men," and he used to throw all these bits of paper up into the air. Oh, the cleaners used to go mad, dear. Why is there all these bits of paper? Oh, stop moaning, do your jobs. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday tonight to Mike Lower, to Sherree Link. Sherree, you've often written to the show, I know. Ruby V, Richard J. Hanna, who runs, actually, I don't know if you still do it, but he used to run several internet radio stations. Happy birthday, Richard. Happy birthday to Joanne Mcgivney. I don't recognise you, Joanne. Sorry. Gordon Haley, Paul Stuart, Jason Winter, Andy James Palmer, Don Rouse, Lee David King. Hello, Lee. There's a little face. I saw you popped in one of the pubs the other day. Hello, Lee. And to Lynn Levett. All these people whose birthdays today. Happy birthday to all of you, boys and girls. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John Moore, Mike Lower, Sherree Link, Ruby V, Richard J. Hanna, Joanne Mcgivney, Gordon Haley, Paul Stewart, Jason Winter, Andy James Palmer, Don Rouse, Lee David King, and Lynn Levitt. Happy birthday to you. All right? So we're not going to miss anyone out anymore. We're going to go through the entire list and post it all on people's Facebook walls so they have a nice birthday. I do hope you have a nice day today, boys and girls. The next karaoke is tomorrow night. That's at the Golden Lion in Sydenham. I'll be hosting karaoke at the Golden Lion in Sydenham tomorrow night, and indeed every Sunday from 8 o'clock. Have a nice Saturday. Cheerio.